If you're running an LTC facility, tell me if it sounds familiar. You work with aggregators. For the sake of this video, let's call them a place for mom or caring.com. You receive a lead, salesperson follows up, only to find out that other 5 facilities already followed up. And if you do manage to close them, you have to pay a very hefty referral fees. When you engage in such behavior, you're not simply buying expensive leads. What you're doing is building up those directories. They're taking your money, run ads in your area, and then sell you back those shared leads. So I wanted to do this video about what should you be doing instead if at some point you want to switch from relying on expensive shared leads to less expensive and direct leads, leads that come from families that saw your website, understand your unique selling proposition, and when they call you, they're way more likely to convert because they already had the first impression. Welcome back to the channel. Why should you listen to me? My name is Roman. I've been running a digital marketing agency for the past 18 years. We work with hundreds of LTC facilities throughout those almost 2 decades. Helping them to improve occupancy rate, follow-up, profitability, even finding proper caregivers. So my opinion comes from years of exploring all kinds of options on how to improve that census. Let's talk about the problem first. If we, for a second, put ourselves in the shoes of the loved ones, a lot of times they start the search because some scary incident happened. We see it a lot in January after major holidays. So they understand that the time has come to find a facility. They go to Google and they usually type assisted living near me. If they know what they're looking for, they might type memory care near me. They're probably distraught. They don't know how much it's going to cost. Either way, it's a life-changing event. So if they hit the lead aggregator because the facilities in the area are paying the lead aggregator to run the ads, it seems legit to them. They submit the lead, and what happens is they get bombarded by different facilities calling them up without them actually knowing what's the difference from one facility to another. And on your side, somebody running the facility, instead of selling based on the value, based on quality of care or people or different unique selling proposition you have, it becomes a race to the bottom. It's speed to lead and the best price. So from both the user perspective and from facility perspective, it's not exactly a win-win situation. Now that when we talked about the problem, you might tell me, Roman, it's obvious. Tell us the solution. So there are 3 things that you can do on your end to wean off that dependency on the lead aggregators. Number 1, reviews, Google Business Profile. That search I was talking about, a lot of times it actually starts on Google Maps for 2 reasons. One is because when somebody's looking for a new home, they probably want it to be in a 5-mile radius so they can visit their loved ones. And number 2, they want to see the reviews. They want to see what other people are saying. They want to see latest reviews because it's a big decision. So Google Maps is super important, and we all know that. But how do you actually show up in those 3 local packs, or even in the Google Maps if somebody's searching in the area? There are certain things we can do on our side as an agency. We can optimize your profile, add frequent asked questions, post a lot, respond to all of the reviews. But everything we do, if I would have to put a number on how much it moves the lever on the ranking on Google Maps, I'd say 30%. The rest of it is actually your reviews and the pace of your reviews. By pace, I mean a lot of times it's better to receive 1 or 2 reviews per month on a steady basis than all of a sudden you do a wave and you get 10 reviews at one day. Definitely one of the ways why account can be flagged and suspended. So when you think about everything you pay to lead aggregators, if you're running any print ads, or you have an agency like our clients do, out of all of it, all of that money, the most important thing is actually their reviews, and it's worth their weight in gold. They're more important than all other channels. So you need to have a system in place that on a regular basis generates positive reviews. It can be as simple as a director at the facility checks in with people that did a tour or just saw their loved ones, making sure they feel good, and if they do feel good, give them QR code to leave a review. You can use more complicated programs that send a survey, and if the survey is good, you ask them for a Google review. If survey is not good, it goes to customer care. You need to know if your visitors and their loved ones are happy or not. It's good business anyways. So number one is work on your reviews, work on your Google business profile. Number two, run your own Google Ads search. So Google Ads search is great because people are in the market, they're searching for assisted living near me, and instead of a lead aggregator showing up, you're gonna show up. You might think, I don't know a lot about it. From what I heard, it's expensive. We pay for every click. We have to pay a marketing company like Romans to manage those ads for me. That's why we rely on lead aggregators in the first place. We don't want to mess around with it. And I understand, like running Google Ads and managing somebody that manages them for you adds a little bit of a complexity. However, if you take all of the referral fees you pay to lead aggregators, it's the Google Ads price is a fraction of it. And most importantly, if you build your own system, if you build the landing pages, you build the ads, you don't have to run them continuously. If your census is up, you can turn them off. And if there are vacancies, there are some empty beds, you can turn them back on. You can play around with keywords. You can target memory care or assisted living, depending on what you need. You can figure out what are the qualified leads, and if you do have a qualified lead, you can send the data back to Google. So next time there is a conversion, it's just not a simple lead, it's a similar lead to the one that converted, that was qualified. This provides you with your own channel to generate, again, direct leads. They went to your landing page, they saw your unique selling proposition, they're calling you, you're talking to them, you are not in the race to the bottom with 5 other facilities. We talked with a lot of different LTCs and they usually get scared by the cost per click. But what I would encourage you is look at your yearly budget that goes to the lead providers, and then talk to marketing agency. It doesn't have to be me. I mean, I'd love it if it was me, but talk about the budget where you ask them, how much do you think the lead might cost? It all depends on the area and competitiveness, but I can tell you a qualified lead for assisted living usually is around like $300, which is way cheaper, again, if we compare it to lead aggregators. So I implore you to not give up on Google Ads and build a plan. So the final part, what ties it all together, is you need to be working on your website. And I have a video about how to optimize your website for AIO, another video about different SEO errors. But in short, a lot of the websites that we see are like a sales brochure. They're a stock image of people smiling. Maybe there is a price on the page and there's a contact form and call us, we're gonna sell you stuff. If you work on your website slightly in a different manner, where you have authentic content, you actually have a virtual tour of your facility, you have pictures of real people that are in the facility, maybe you have video testimonials or personally written notes, maybe a day in a life of a resident. If you work with local organizations, you post blog posts about it. The point is, the more authentic the website looks, the better it is for conversion for the loved ones. And the more topical authority you have on your location, the better it is for SEO and AIO. AIO is AI optimization, and when I'm recording this video in 2026, a lot of the search behavior is now switching from purely searching on Google to going to something like ChatGPT and saying like, what are the top 5 facilities in South Carolina, Hilton Head? Or you find the facilities and then you ask ChatGPT, what do you think about the facility? Give me the pros and cons. So looking at the future, and I don't think it's going to change that much, we need to be concerned with AI optimization. The good part about it is not as complicated right now as SEO once used to be. All you need to do is work on your online presence, be authentic, and build a topical authority around your location. So to summarize, reviews Google Business Profile, consider running your own Google Ads, search ads, work on your website, work on that content instead of posting on social media, work on your own assets. Talking about your own assets, I want to go back to Google Ads being your direct asset where you get exclusive leads specifically from people that evaluated your community and finally called you. If you would like to know how it can work or you want to see the budgets in your area or how much cost per clicks cost, feel free to reach out. The link is going to be in the description, and we also provide a free audit of your local digital footprint. So what I was talking about, AIO, we can tell you how good or average are you doing right now. Thank you for watching. Until the next time.